Welcome to Home Team Advantage. I'm Gary Gimbetti along with Mike Egan, and we're on take 2 now because we got off track on the first take. But how are you? How'd your Christmas go?
Good. Very
That's
good. Time with the grandkids and the family, which was nice. You know, it'll take me another year to pay the bill, but other than that, we're okay.
Well, that's what it's all about. I mean, it's about spending time with your family.
It is. It's just unfortunate that toys aren't the same anymore.
No.
And everything's electronic.
Yes, that's a fact. So.
What's really sad is my five-year-old granddaughter can do more with a phone than I can.
Well, it may. Why is there? Who's teaching her that stuff? She's just
They
doing it
get
on her own.
there, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
So
but no, I had a good Christmas. You had a good Christmas. I hope everybody had a good Christmas.
how's that new furniture holding up?
It's holding up great.
Good.
Love it. So
Did you get any more tools for Christmas?
no,
Okay.
no tools. Got a nice Minnesota Gopher shirt from my.
Nice.
What do they call? Well, it's a golf shirt. So it's got a collared shirt on it, or it's a collared shirt. So
Nice.
I got a nice one. And he got me a Gopher sticker too that I put on my computer. So I'm all set up
Good for you.
in that. So, but we'll start talking about some sports here, which is I know everybody's just dying to hear.
Yeah.
So we got some games coming up here. I have this all queued up, so I don't have to fumble around with it. Girls hockey team, they're down in St. Paul at Doug Woog Arena in the Kaposha Classic.
Wait, say that fast three times.
There you go. Times are to be determined, so I don't know who they're playing. Unless they're playing South St. Paul today, maybe they open with South St.
Okay.
Paul, but there's no time for that, and no times listed. It's all to be determined. So, good luck to them. I mean, it's gonna be 3 games against 3 very good
Teams down
competition. So.
there. And they're usually bigger schools than what Hibbing are. So.
A lot of, yeah, I know South St. Paul's Class A, but there's a lot of, I think there's a few AA teams in there, so they'll have their work cut out for them. And of course, Friday they're there, and then Saturday they're there, and then they'll come home for the New Year, and I believe they're off until
After the New Year?
after the New Year, unless they play that. Of course, you know, with everything falling in the middle of the week, you know, they probably will play. I would assume they play like on a second, third, or fourth, or fifth, or whatever
Okay.
that is. So
When is New Year's? Is it Wednesday?
it would be next Wednesday, yeah.
New
So
Year's Day.
the first and the second, maybe not, but the third and the fourth for
The
sure.
following
They're
weekend.
probably playing. And then on Friday, the Hibbing High School, the Hibbing girls basketball team, there's St. Francis, Hinckley, Finlayson, Moose Lake, Willow River, and Hibbing are here at the high school. They have JV games, and then they have varsity games. And I believe it's at 2 and 4.
And what day are those?
That'll start Friday.
Friday. Okay.
I have that here. I'm gonna find that quickly.
And that's Finlayson?
Finlayson.
Finlayson.
Finlayson. I gotta find the
They
text
got
I
it.
got from our athletic director. There it is.
Okay, Mike.
All right. On the 27th at 2 o'clock, it's the St. Francis JV versus the Moose Lake JV.
Okay.
Then at 3:30, it's St. Francis versus Moose Lake. And then at 5 o'clock, it's Hinckley Finlayson JV versus the Hibbing JV. And then at 6:30, it's Hinckley against Hibbing.
Oh,
Okay, so then on the 28th, starts at noon, and then at 1:30, it's St. Francis versus Hinckley. I'm not even going to say it. And then at 3 o'clock, or at 4:30, it's Moose Lake and Hibbing. So that's your schedule for the weekend if you want to go watch some girls basketball.
I've always been told it was Finlayson. But
Well,
you say
Well,
Finlayson.
it's Finlayson.
Layson.
Yeah,
Was that some Viking discovered the town?
yeah, maybe. I can only read what's in front of me. And I have my Hibbing degree, educational degree, so I'm assuming I can read. So that's what's going on in girls
Well,
basketball.
according to Ron, you have a little trouble with your words because when you read your articles in the paper, there's a few mistakes.
There's a few mistakes. It's probably a lot of the little words like to and and because you type so fast, you know it's in your head,
You're right.
and then you type, and then
Get
you
it on
forget to
paper.
type those words. I don't doubt that. That's happened. I think my whole career there.
I could say something, but I'll tell you later.
All right. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to hear it. Wrestling, girls and boys are going to Rock Ridge for the Rock Ridge Invite tomorrow. That time is at 9 a.m. according to the Hibbing schedule. So they're getting back in action. Boy, Rock Ridge has been hosting a lot of wrestling the last 3 weeks. I wish maybe Hibbing would host some wrestling. And I think Coach Wojciechowski wants to get back to having, I think he
A
does.
few meets here.
Yeah.
I remember the day that was a big thing. You go over to the high school gym for the girls' high school gym, and they'd have all the mats set up, and the place would be packed. And
Yep.
I used to kid you about parents that go to swimming meets and how excited they get. Boy, you talk about parents at a wrestling match, it's something else.
Well, those Hibbing duels are like you're mentioning were fantastic because there was 4 mats going, and there were 8 teams here. Maybe I don't know if there was just 8 teams or maybe there was maybe there was 9 teams and one always team sat out one of the rounds. So, but yeah, no, that would be fun to have another wrestling.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have the tournaments that we have for basketball, hockey, wrestling. It's a financial thing.
Well, I think that's mainly what it was is financial. They just because they would pay for the teams to
I'm sure it's stuff
Stay
for
here.
stuff for the local
part of it anyway.
local support groups to pay in, and it's also tough for those schools to come here, with transportation and lodging and eating and everything else that goes along with it. So
Boys hockey, well, actually boys basketball, they're down in St. Cloud and Sartell this weekend. They're playing Watertown Mayor on Friday at St. Cloud Tech High School. And then on Saturday, it says they're playing Princeton. That's at 11:30. It says at Sartell High School.
and that's the Granite City tournament, correct?
Okay, I believe. Yeah, I don't know if there's a name. Yeah, I'm sure it's something like that. So they're going to play. They're playing 2 teams. Princeton they played before, obviously, but Watertown Mayor, I don't know if we've ever played them before. So
Not that we talk politics, but the other day they had the 10 worst cities to live in Minnesota.
oh,
Guess who was number 1? St. Cloud.
St. Cloud.
Guess who was number 3? Brainerd.
Wow, the worst.
The worst. Based on
Boy, Brainerd's not a bad place. It's not a
Yeah,
bad
well.
area, but maybe it's getting
Because
too
of colleges?
populated.
Fridley was number 2 because of they have the largest auto theft of any
Oh.
city in the United States.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, you're more in tune to that stuff than I am. I'll tell you, I don't look at that stuff at all, and maybe I should. And then boys hockey tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Cambridge Isante's here, and then on Saturday
2.
at 2 o'clock Delano is here. So that'll be 2.
A couple of good games.
Yeah, a couple decent games for the hockey team, and girls, of course, are at the Kaposia again.
And the boys didn't do so well down in the cities on their
No, they lost to both Gentry Academy and Orono, and I believe I think both scores were like 6-2.
Okay.
So and it's not like they weren't even with those 2 teams, but I don't know what happened.
I have to admit, I've never heard of Bo Gentry Academy.
Well, Gentry, it's one of those private schools where they
yeah.
go there to play hockey. And
Yeah.
they only have I think I looked online at the state high school league for them, and I think they only have 4 sports in the winter. That would be it. They don't have any swimming or wrestling or anything.
Yeah.
They have hockey and they have basketball, I think.
Live and eat and drink
Yeah,
hockey.
yeah. But they can do that because
Private.
they have a, what do you call it?
Do you know where they're
Tuition.
at by any chance?
I'm not sure. They might be in St. Paul somewhere,
Okay.
somewhere around there, but I don't quote me on that. I'm not positive. But yeah, you can do that because you have tuition and
That's one thing that bothers me about the high school tournament. Catholic schools or private schools used to have their own tournament, which I think they should. instead of being incorporated into the state high school tournament.
Mhm.
But we
Yeah.
don't talk politics.
No, it's, we don't, yeah, well, we don't have many up here like that.
Because Duluth
Schools
Marshall used
like
to be a
that.
private
Marshall's
school.
private, though, they're
Yep,
still private. So, but that kind of takes care of,
High school?
yeah, all the high school stuff. No, no swimming. I don't think. I haven't seen any anyway, unless, let me check out here on Thursday. Nope, there's no
You know what I mean?
no swimming going on at all. So,
While you're looking there, we'll have to promote our, non-official, official sponsor, Caribou
Caribou
Coffee.
Coffee,
You got something with some fruit in it today.
berry punch shaker,
Ooh,
very good. Probably because it's sweet.
good for you, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Sweet for the sweet.
Yeah, but it sure tastes good.
Good.
No doubt about it. So let's see that.
That's the other thing about Christmas. I ate too much food yesterday.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Finally got the turkey cooked after 6 hours.
Yeah. Well, you said you cooked it at your place for 4,
Yeah.
and it's brought it over to your son's house, and
And it
it's
still wasn't done. I went to cut it and, oh yeah, you're not done.
Not done yet.
Go back in the oven.
No. Yeah, like I said, and it's not obvious, but you don't want to eat rock turkey.
Yeah. Or pigeon.
No, or yeah, squab.
Squab.
Yeah, that was the word that came up prior to the show.
Yeah.
So we were talking about
Tastes
that.
just like turkey.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it tastes just like chicken.
Yeah, sure it does.
Except they're like rats with wings, aren't they, pigeons?
Now they're pretty much in the old building in town there. You can go get
Yeah.
squab.
So that takes care of that. Well, skiing, let's see what happened. Oh, I guess we never went. We should go back and skiing. The boys and the girls were at the Cuckoo invite.
Oh,
And the boys were like 4th or 5th, and the girls were like 5th at that meet. And
is that held on Cuckoo Mountain?
well, I don't know what the mountain is. I know it's not. I'm not sure if it was at Lutzen or
Okay.
they just call it the Cuckoo invite. But yeah, no.
K-O-O-K-O-O.
So
that? Oh,
It's spelled K-O-O-K-O.
oh yeah.
oh. Where'd
So-
you go? Cuckoo!
Cuckoo, yeah.
Go.
Cocoa. Cocoa Puffs. Remember them?
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff.
Yeah. That's aging us.
Hey, all you gotta do is take a look at us. They know we're old.
Old.
So.
Before Christmas, let's see what else happened. Oh, Hibbing, the boys basketball team got was beaten by Cloquet 100 to 268.
Oof.
So I don't know if that bodes well or not. But
No.
Cloquet, it might be Cloquet and Denfeld battling it out for Section 7 AAA supremacy, unless there's another team in there that slowly creeps up. And I don't know why it can't be Hibbing. I mean, if they get some things cleaned up there.
Yeah. Well, a little more experience for these kids, and again, if you get a few wins under your belt, and you go with your attitude changes a little bit toward you're a little more competitive because you know you can win.
Mhm.
You play well.
Oh yeah, no, but they might have let one kid go off for some 3-pointers, and I mean, come on, you got to get out there and
Yeah.
cover a little bit. You got to defend. The girls lost to Chisholm, I think, 53 to 52.
Yeah, we talked about that
Oh,
one.
did we talk
Yep.
about that one? All right.
Yep.
Yeah, they had a
Shot.
shot at with like 3 seconds left for a 3 to get it to 1, but time just ran out. Yeah, I remember talking about that now. So that,
Covers basically everything now.
I think so.
College, anything going on?
Nope, they're off until
Okay.
the end of December. So they won't. They're inactive at this point, unless they're coming back for practice. I'm sure they had Christmas off, so they have to get back and start working out again. Because I think they do play before the New Year. They might play this weekend even.
So that covers most of the amateur stuff. You want to get into
Well, we can get into
the pro
the pro
side?
sports. Yeah, go ahead.
So
What's on your mind?
I took the kids to the Lion King the other day. It was about as fun as watching the Timberwolves play.
Oh, Mufasa.
Yeah, I had some guy in the team named Mufasa.
Mufasa. Yeah, no, well, hey, there's,
They're 15 and 14.
yeah. There, no, I was going to say movies. I mean, I wasn't sure I wanted to go to Gladiator 2.
Terrible movie.
Well, I honestly, I didn't want to see it, but I thought it was better. It was better than
You like it better than the first one?
I don't. Well, no, I like the first one. I guess I don't
Yeah.
watch it much, but that's why I kind of didn't want to go and see it. But then after sitting through it, I thought, oh, this wasn't bad. The only issue I had with it is when they filled the Coliseum up with water and put
And the
sharks
sharks?
in it. Yeah.
They had that question on one of the programs, and they asked the guy, "Could you really do that?" And he goes, "Sure, you could." I don't
Yeah,
know.
where are you going to get the sharks? I mean, you got to go fishing for them or what?
Well, the ocean ain't too far from Egypt.
No,
is
but well, this is in Italy. Oh, isn't this in
it?
Rome?
In Rome, that's right.
Yeah, so no, unless the Mediterranean Sea, you can grab
That's-
them all.
The one thing I think AI has got into too many movies, and they just don't. I remember the old Rocky movie. At least when they beat him up, it looked real. AI, the movies just aren't the same.
Well, supposedly though, it's feasible. It was feasible to fill the Colosseum up with water.
Yep.
I guess I'm not a historian. I don't know that for a fact, but supposedly it was feasible. I just don't know where you'd
Get the sharks.
get the sharks from, unless you got them raised in captivity.
Well, that could be.
Well.
They just call those guys that on the sitcom called Tanked.
Dang.
Come fill the arena and tank it up for us, will you? Fill it full of sharks.
So that, and other than that, I wanted to see Conclave, but I never saw it. I didn't get a chance to go there. That's about they choose the Pope or something.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see
Hey,
that.
we weren't
one.
going to talk religion.
No, that's okay. This isn't we're talking religion. I wanted to see that one.
There's some other one out too with the kid that played the lead in the Elton John story,
Taron Egerton.
where he's a TSA agent
Okay.
and someone's trying to sneak some stuff through, and he's got, yeah.
I don't know the name of it, but I have seen the
previews?
previews of that
Yeah.
one. And then, no, I just had one that I was
How
thinking.
about A Complete Unknown?
I was going to just bring that up. A Complete Unknown, it came out Christmas Day.
I have no idea.
That's the Bob Dylan,
Oh, yeah.
Timothy Chalamet, who
Yeah.
was up here in Hibbing
Have no idea.
scouting it out. He's playing Bob Dylan, and that one is out right now.
It's up for a lot of awards, I heard too.
Well, it's probably a very good movie.
Pre-release was in Hibbing last Friday too.
Who was?
The pre-release was
Yeah,
actually
they had the
shown in Hibbing
big,
last
yeah,
Friday.
they had the big party down
Yeah, Mike's Pub. Yeah,
at the pub.
Oh, was Timothy Chalamet here?
I doubt it.
Oh,
Bob was upstairs though,
oh, so he came to town. and-
maybe just in spirit.
Yeah. But
No,
yeah,
you used to sit right, where the 417, the other side of the pub there. That used to be an ice cream joint, from my understanding, and he used to come in there and sit in that front booth there all the time and have cherry pie.
well,
So
but I wish I don't know if he still holds grudges against this town or not, but I wish he'd come home.
well, the movie made him into be a pretty good guy, so
Yeah.
maybe that'll change his
mean,
attitude.
People would adore him, and it would be nice if he'd,
I just don't see it.
well.
Did I say that too loud?
I don't know.
Did I
But
say that?
not any letters or email or
Send 'em to
comments.
me.
Send them to Mike, because I'm indifferent about it. I mean, I
Yeah.
just wish he'd come back and perform here or do something. I mean, that would be so nice of him if he'd do that.
Imagine him being on the high school stage, because it's the same auditorium. it
Oh,
was
yeah.
When he got booed off of it or kicked off or whatever the whole story was, I wasn't sure. So, and I don't know if the movie goes into that or not.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think there's many parts of that film that were filmed in Hibbing.
No.
So it's probably really skims over that part of it. Unless, who knows? I mean,
Well, when you look at it, I'm sure the majority of his life was in New York after he left here.
yeah, more than likely. But yeah, it is all Complete Unknown. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll go to see that or not.
I'm sure Babe's probably seen it 10 times.
Babe's probably seen it a lot, yeah.
He's probably in the movie.
All right, so now let's get
Wild.
Wild. Finally broke their 4-game losing streak, beating Chicago 4-3. They started out so well, they weren't going to win every game. So I guess you can forgive them.
Well, no matter what, I think any team in the NHL is going to hit a slump, and hopefully this is was their slump.
Well, it was one of them. I mean, they're probably going to hit another
Yeah,
one.
but they got a lot of guys sitting on the bench too, or up in the booth that are hurt. And but Kaprizov, he still keeps plugging away.
He's got like 23 goals.
Yep.
There you go. And Zuccarello came back, which for him, thank goodness, it didn't turn out worse than it
Yeah.
could have been. And then I heard Brock Faber got hit in the throat with a puck, but I think he was back the next game, so that wasn't too bad of a thing. But I don't know what's with Eriksson Ek.
Oh, I don't know. And their goalie, I don't know. Is he back yet?
Well, yeah, Gustafson came back and played against Chicago for sure. He might have come back against somebody else too, but
That's why I get a kick out of it. They had that comparison of that one. Who was it? The guy that played. And he got hit with a puck. And he ended up with like 30-some stitches, and he's all puffed out. Came back and played the second quarter. Then they show LeBron being carried off the field because he has a cramp in his leg.
Yeah, there's no doubt. It's hard. It's hard to say it, but hockey players, I believe, are probably one of the toughest athletes in the world. I believe. I know football's pretty close.
Yeah, but mentally too, you got a guy hitting you with a stick all night long.
Oh.
You just don't. You gotta
Yeah.
have the temperament not to turn around and whack them.
We were just jokingly at where I was yesterday for Christmas. I was saying, because it was quite a turnaround for the Chiefs to have to play, and I suppose for Pittsburgh too, to have to play on Sunday and then come back and play Wednesday.
Right.
But then I said, I think, just jokingly, I kind of said, well, maybe football players should play 2 games a week.
Huh.
But that's just joking, because all kidding aside, I mean, it's hard to do that. But then I said, well, look at hockey teams.
Yeah.
They play every other night. Sometimes they play back to back. And hockey's probably just as physical, I would think, as football. And now, unless you disagree with me, I don't.
No, I agree 100%. And you still have the padding in both sports, whereas in basketball you don't. And back in the day when basketball was basketball, they took a beating. And today's game, again, we're not going to get into it because the 3-point.
Yeah, I know. I know how you feel.
Yeah, and then we'll jump right into the Timberwolves yesterday, up by 28 points, and then turns into the Ant Edwards show, who's doing Sprite commercials now.
Yeah, Ant.
What is it, Ant something?
Ant Santa or something?
Santa, yeah.
So.
But so he comes down and turns the ball over about 5 times in a row and misses 4 shots. Next thing you know, they're up by 2. I go, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah. Well, we've talked about turnovers being their bugaboo this year. And I looked at the stats before we came on show, and I see they only did turn it over 10 times yesterday. So that is already an improvement. Chris Finch would be, if I was during interviews with Chris Finch, he would know what my first question is. When are you going to stop all the turnovers?
Yeah.
I would say that every time.
Yeah.
And
the one guy's really having a bad year is Gobert. But you watch him play yesterday. He comes up, sets a pick, he rolls like you're supposed to. He's wide open in the middle, and these guys got their head down, they're dribbling around.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Well, if he averaged 15 to 20 points a night, it'd be a lot
game.
better.
Yep.
And I don't know how he can't block 2 to 3 or 4 shots a night either. I mean, I saw him play. They played San Antonio, and Wembanyama blocked like 5 shots in the first quarter.
Did you watch their game yesterday?
No, I did not.
That
see
young man that you just mentioned the name, Yamaha, or whatever it is. But he just stood by the basket, and all of a sudden the guy comes up for a shot. He just reaches up, he doesn't jump,
Yeah.
blocked it away.
And Rudy's not as. Rudy's about as tall as him. He should have more.
He's 7'4", I thought.
Yeah, he should have more than 1 block a game. Yeah. I think he should be averaging more than 1 block a game.
Rudy's got about 50 pounds on him too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and then the Vikings,
and it lucked out again.
well, 13-2 right now.
Yep, big game, 3 o'clock, well, changed to 3:30 now, Sunday.
3:25 supposedly on Sunday against the Green Bay, the hated
Green Bay Packers, who are favored
Yeah,
at the Vikings home field.
yeah. Yeah, and go figure out how the odds makers do that.
Probably the same ones that picked the election.
Yeah. But Green Bay did handle Seattle pretty well.
Yes, they did.
And we didn't. I mean, we kind of did, but we didn't. I mean, we had to come from behind to beat them.
Yeah.
Which I'm sitting there thinking, Sam Darnold's played so well that his statistics, whatever his statistics are now, how much better they'd be if some of those receivers would just catch
the ball.
a ball. I mean, Jefferson dropped one in the end zone, I think, about a week ago.
But on the other hand, how many interceptions he's had? You could cut that down.
Well, that too, but most quarterbacks are throwing at least 10 interceptions a year,
Oh, yeah.
so it's not like that's an anomaly. And he hasn't thrown one for a while, which now, knock on wood, because now maybe Sunday he will. But
Well, I got to give credit where credit's due. The Vikings have played well. They're 13-2, which everybody expected them at this time to probably be 6-7, and they've won. What is
8
it?
in a row.
8 in a row, and then how many one-score games have they won?
Well, and then O'Connell's already the third leader record-wise in one-score games.
Yep,
And he's only in his, third year?
third year.
Yeah, so.
I still think Darnold will be gone next year because I don't think they can afford him, and he'll take that kid from New York under his tutelage, and I don't think JJ's going to be ready to play next year. So.
Well, physically he'll be ready to
Yeah.
play, but whether or not he's ready mentally or whatever is another thing. Hopefully he is. I mean, hopefully he's the next coming. Maybe he's Tom Brady reincarnate.
Or Tommy Kramer.
Yeah, there we go. That would even be better, except for some of the off the field problems.
Right.
But
Hey,
we're over our time limit, so
Ron just gave us the number one finger.
all right, yeah,
1 minute.
Give the thumbs up.
yeah, thumbs up.
That's a big thumb.
Yeah. Well, we've come to the end of another show. So for Mike Egan, I'm Gary Gimbetti. We hope you enjoyed today's show, and we'll see you again on Home Team Advantage.
And Happy
And
New
Happy
Year.
New Year to everyone.
For over 25 years, U.S. Bank, located at 211 East Howard Street in Hibbing, Minnesota, has provided office and studio space for Hibbing Public Access Television. We are thankful for their ongoing support. HPAT thanks Premier Fitness at the Lux for their donation and support. They welcome individual and family memberships. To learn more, call them at 218-440-1191. Up North Lettering specializes in embroidery and heat vinyl press applications, along with patches and letter jackets. For more information, call them at 218-966-7850. HPAT would like to thank them for their donation and support. Hibbing Public Access TV may be viewed on these platforms: hpat.org with video on demand, Mediacom Hibbing 802, 805, and 807. On Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Download the Hibbing Public Access TV app for your iPhone and Android devices. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Vimeo. For more information, scan the QR code and go to hpat.org.